Hi, welcome back to Tuning Into the One and for Better Living Now. This is Milan, and I want to welcome you today to the video series on Life Hacks, Bits, and Bytes. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. We're looking at the Signature Success Breakthrough Method, and we're looking at bits and bytes that can help us in life right here, right now. So we can take each one of these videos and start applying the skills, the tools, the insights, and put them into play into our lives right now to get more of everything we say we want. If you want to know more about the full method and the full method free training, you can go to forbetterlivingnow.com/yes. Today, it's all about how to be able to power up our best, biggest, and brightest bits and bytes of joy and vitality. So why are those important? Well, because we want to be able to be living in a place where when we are, we're living our joy. We're alive, we're feeling that vitality, and we're expressing it each and every day because we're doing something that's worthwhile, that we enjoy, that brings us a lot of satisfaction, and that makes us feel alive. So are we willing, able, and ready to live our core values and principles on purpose, with passion, and by design? Because if we aren't, we won't be able to power up that joy, desire, and purpose, and that path to fulfillment. Because without that depth of clarity in our life directions, based on our choices, decisions, and actions, we end up chasing and pursuing life in random and prefabricated bits and bytes and places. We end up navigating the currents of life like most of us do, using trial and error, hit and miss approaches that end up having, success on greater or lesser degrees. And then we usually end up in those places of midlife crises that'll creep in on us, either early on or later on, and that manifest themselves to help redirect us back towards our joy, our desire, and our purpose, so we can move in the direction that will bring us the most fulfillment on the path of life we've chosen. So we can instead ask ourselves now, right here, are we living our purpose in our current life path in our personal and professional lives? If the answer is yes, great. These will be some additional tools. If the answer is I'm not sure, even better. If the answer is no, absolutely for you. So are we attracting in our vision of our ideal dream life right here and right now to be able to power up that joy, desire, and purpose on our path to fulfillment? Do we know what that is? Are we moving in our core life mission direction? If we don't know what that is, or you answered maybe or maybe not, then ask yourself, are we following, or are you following, a prefabricated cultural, social, or family version of what you're supposed to be doing? The path that's been driving us? Are we living instead our own personal unique purpose? Do we know ourselves well enough to be able to say, I am living my own personal unique purpose in my life on my current life path? Because if you aren't, then you'll notice that in your personal affairs and relationships, maybe that level of happiness isn't quite where you want it to be. Or in your professional life, maybe you're not driven and passionate because you're not doing something that drives you and that you have passion around. So if we're not in that place, then just realize we may be pretending and playing out roles at this game of life. We might be acting and performing instead of feeling fully alive and full of purpose. So if we're waking up every day ready to shine, or at least we know how to get ourselves to a place of being ready to shine, great. If not, then are we trudging along with have-tos in our lives all the time, just not feeling like anything but molasses and glue and having to kind of like go through a swamp, instead of being full of joy and vitality with the get-tos in our life that we usually feel when we're able to power that up? That's what this video is about, powering up that biggest, brightest, and best joy and vitality bits and pieces in our life, those bits and bytes. So we can get to a place of knowing what our vision is, and this is where the Signature Success Breakthrough Method steps 1 and 3 come in, because we want our blueprint, we want our skills and tools, and in fact goes into steps 4 and 5 on mindset and environment. So we want to be able to take the upgraded blueprint pieces that we have and apply specific tools and skills to get there. How do we do that? Well, we take aligning our inner blueprint pieces with the outer tools and skills that we develop to be able to map out and plan out our dream life bits and bytes. So you know what areas you might be talking about, and if you don't, this is a great way to start and get there. Ask yourself, do you have your personalized, unique signature blueprint and core clarity on all the different aspects of life? Who are you? What do you want? And where are you in your life right now? Do you have a mission, vision, purpose statement? Every corporation seems to have a mission statement. Your purpose is what you are, who you are, what you're all about. Your vision is what you see for yourself in the world, and your mission is how you intend to make that happen on some level in your life every day, planning 30-day, 90-day, 120-day, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years down the road. And if you don't have all that done, no problem. Ask yourself, what am I best at and what am I most passionate about? Because those will be insights on directions you might want to take. Simple equation of knowing what to do daily is when you look at your life right now, what do you want to do more of, do less of, start doing and stop doing? Do more of because it feels good, you know you like it, you know you're good at it. Do less of it. Maybe it's bringing some kind of negative emotion, pain or suffering, emotional, physical, or other mental. Then you want to do less of that. Maybe you want to start doing some things you haven't done up till now, and maybe you want to stop doing some things that are holding you back. All those things are possibilities. We want to be able to take those different elements, we want to organize them and prioritize them and then map them out so we know what the what is in our life. What is it that I want? And then use tools and skills and planning to explore your options. So what do you need to start doing and stop doing to reduce and eliminate the negatives in your life? Where are you feeling the stress? Where is my mental and physical worry about blank? And then fill in that blank. What am I anxious and where do I have dis-ease around in my life right now? Is it money? Is it finances? Is it health? Is it safety? Is it security? Is it career? Is it COVID? Is it how am I going to make money? Is it relationships? Is it feeling loneliness? Is it feeling lost? Is it feeling stuck? Is it feeling trapped? What are those places? What I fear most in my life right now is blank, and fill in the blank. What are my biggest life challenges personally and professionally? Challenges, obstacles, barriers, places of self-sabotage, blind spots, issues requiring tissues. These are all opportunities for you to remove the sadness and start getting more into the gladness of life. Because you want to be able to find that inspiration and motivation and vitality and joy, because inspiration is what will drive you long term. Motivation is what will help you get up in the morning and get through the day sometime. But you want to be able to do it feeling that vitality and that joy. You want to be able to come out and play around your values because that's what's most important to you. You want to be able to manage your emotional states to have useful and constructive ways of getting through the day, not a lot of resistance and lost emotions and places that take you down a rabbit hole. You want to be able to get that place instead of sad and mad. You want to be able to get glad and motivated. And the resistance usually comes from all those places where we have have-tos, and we want to shift those to build in the resilience of inspired get-tos and want-tos, because that is a reflection of your values. And then the drudgery gives way to the archery of hitting the mark on purpose, with passion, and by design, because you're living your life the way you want to be living it. You've got those core clarity pieces on your blueprint. You define the what with the core clarity, guided by your mission, vision, purpose statement pieces, and you ask yourself questions around the why so that you have a bigger why than what, so you can stay motivated, driven, and determined each and every day. What is it that I want? What is it that I don't want? What do I want to start doing? What do I want to stop doing? To eliminate, resolve, and dissolve the negatives in my life so I can better focus and live my life with more joy, vitality, and everything I think, feel, and do. So ask yourself some more questions so you can get even more clarity, like we did last time in video 10 about rules of engagement, terms and conditions and agreements you make with yourself about something that's going on. So you can shift all those negatives and move them into a positive direction. We covered those last time. What are you getting triggered by? And when you get triggered, what do you do, say, feel, and how do you act it out? And next time that happens, what I'm going to do and say and feel and behave instead is because what I want is and what I don't want is. There's your why right there. There is your recipe and your tool and sequence and order for getting your why even bigger, so you stay aligned with all the positives and move away and resolve and dissolve all the negatives. Now you have a better idea of how to design and define your rules and terms of engagement anew, to be able to live all those places and fix and fill in the stuff that's missing. As we covered last time, you can have rules for frustration, rules for anger, and you can have rules for getting up in the morning. You can have rules for how you're going to approach your day. Everything, sequence and order, but knowing your rules, your terms, your different pieces will help you get in touch with how to get to the place that you want to be instead. Whatever that is, decide, do the work, take immediate action towards enforcing those new boundaries based on what it is you don't want to have in your life anymore and what you want to have instead, and then initiate and imitate excellence and experiment and be curious and create a supportive environment to be able to do those things. When you do that, you'll be powering up towards daily joy and vitality. You'll have more clarity around how to define and clarify, identify, and take action on specific pieces to apply remedies and solutions that reflect your values, your principles, and your priorities. So at the beginning and end of each day, you can get the day started off in a certain direction, and then at the end of the day, you can introspect and reflect on what have been the challenges. What are the places where my character flaws, bad habits, behaviors come out, and then use a fearless and mindful sense of introspection and reflection to revise that using those new rules and that new formula we just covered, so you can redesign it. Then we can look at the things we don't want and what we want instead and apply those tools and develop those skills that'll keep us moving away from the things we don't want. That's our away motivation, and towards the things we do want. That's the inspiration. Pain pushes until inspiration pulls. So we can look at our situations, take stock and inventory of ourselves, our actions, our thought and emotions, and move in a different direction. That's what we want to be able to do. Take stock and inventory, then take action steps, and then minimize and eliminate the things we don't want in our lives. And we can reduce the things that are negatives and have less of that, and less of that, and less of that, and practical solutions and action steps that move us in the direction of stronger mindset pieces. We can make promises to ourselves to keep striving for this, to make progress, so we can get to a place of thriving each and every day, full of that joy and vitality, to align with that powering up of our joy and vitality. Clarifying those mission, vision, purpose pieces and blueprint pieces. Organizing those blueprint pieces that reflect our priorities, mapping and planning it out. Prioritizing with our focus of where and how to take action with specific tools and skills. Resolve, dissolve, minimize, and eliminate the negatives causing all kinds of resistance or self-sabotage in our lives, and then accelerate and magnetize our energy to attract in everything we want and deserve better, easier, and quicker, instead of the stuff we've been attracting in, along with up-leveling our mindset pieces towards mindset mastery, and also cleaning up and tuning up and optimizing our environments, physically, around us, emotionally, inside of ourselves, and as well as socially about the stuff we listen to or hear or hang out with. And we can move in the right direction to keep going, because you know you can do this. We can all do this, and we've all been able to get to places and spaces better. These are some specific questions and tools that you can use to help you power up to more joy and vitality each and every day. So decide, commit to doing it now. Apply these remedies and solutions with these tools and skills to do it now, today, in your present, to shift your future opportunities and possibilities, and give yourself the gift of bringing out your best, of experiencing joy and vitality in the moments that every day has to offer, to power up to even more inspiration, success, and happiness. Because there are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. And joy is the holy fire that can keep our purpose warm and our intelligence aglow. And most importantly, remember, you may encounter many defeats in life, but don't be defeated. You must not be defeated. In fact, the encounter may very well be the experience which creates even more vitality and the power to endure. Powerful words. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, you can reach me at hello@forbetterlivingnow.com. Please, personal answers to each and every inquiry I get. And then shortly, in a little while, we'll go through some of the different questions that have been asked and anonymously answer them, so that your concerns, your particular situations can be addressed. I'm here for you. Use it. Thank you. See you next time. This is Milan, wishing you amazing success in life and life mastery with all its bits and bytes and pieces. And for the rest, you can go to forbetterlivingnow.com/yes, and you know how to get a hold of me as well. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and keep getting better. Always forward, always moving forward. Bye for now.